Okay, so Simon, first of all, thank you for casting me in your play, Adam's Eve. Well, it's obvious what the inspiration is. It's Adam and Eve from the Bible. But what has inspired you to give it the version which is quite, a little bit dark, like it's not biblical? Well, the Bible's quite dark, actually. But let me hand over to you. Like, why you put it in the modern day? What was the inspiration? Why did you want to do it? Have you got a message?
Well, I think if I was writing it today, the inspiration would be you as Eve, because your casting sort of opened up new directions to this play, which I thank you for.
It's lovely to play the ultimate woman, really.
Exactly.
I think ultimate woman was Lilith before or something. It's not been into that different video.
Exactly. I think for me, the key was the fact that Eve is like lowercase, as in evening. So the moment I put Adam's Eve together, it wasn't Adam's Eve like in a possessive male sense that Eve is Adam's. It was the evening of Adam. So in so many ways, the second I made it the evening of Adam, that just opened up this whole sort of modern version of what Adam and Eve might be doing on a night out and their sort of, in their particular lives. Yeah. And I think also too the fact that Eve is actually the neighbor rather than Adam's wife also was just another trigger point that allowed it just to, not stay in anything resembling convention. Yet saying that the sort of the essence still goes back to the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
The fact that the Adam and Eve, they were like the original couple.
I mean, what do you think about that from a male-female perspective? Because Eve has had such bad press because of the interpretations of Adam and Eve, and woman's meant to be like evil, basically, and dragging down mankind because of that interpretation of the biblical tale. I mean, do you read it that way? What's your view?
Well, I know I probably go opposite in some ways. Like I'd like to think as a writer, I'm very female-friendly.
I think you are, actually, yeah.
So I kind of, and I think, probably 90% of the audience will probably be women, because that's who comes to be at my plays more in some ways. And in this cast, even though there's 2 men and 2 women, I'd like to think that my ink spills in a very sort of, gentle fashion. Yet though that doesn't always happen, as you say, in this play, there are, a few little dark corners. But I honestly believe, by the grace of God, that the darkness shines brightest, the light shines brightest in the dark. And that's a big inspiration for me with this piece, because I don't want it to be a pit and a place where there's no light.
Yeah.
But the light does come from various different angles, and still ones that we're exploring because we haven't finished writing. We're still in the process of.
Yes. But 2nd and 3rd November,
Exactly. Oh no, we will be polished. Before that.
So, do you think that the interpretations have been wrong? Have you created this in an effort to correct, or is it just come without any sort of judgment in that way? Have you got a particular message you're trying to get out in this interpretation?
I don't think like message, but I think in some ways you want to explore, themes that are relevant.
Maybe.
Yeah, and having a whole thing too, like especially I feel really blessed with the cast that we have, because all of them, whether they have a religious persuasion or a strong, secular sort of stance, we all sort of blend into a really interesting mixture of people.
Yeah.
And I think that the themes in this play are, they can cross many fields.
Yeah.
And so in some ways it's exciting. But I also too, as a writer, I'm not sure, that's what's been like, working with you, working with lovely Jonathan and Holly, my gang, and Imogen and whoever else is with us, Chelsea Edge, of course, she's out there, is just the fact that it's like you never know what's in a person, and you never know what's around a person.
It's true.
And as I guess that's sort of, you could have like the saintliest person in the world and they've just gone up and done something drastic, or you could have Charlie Manson, doing his grandmother's laundry,
like
for
that.
instance.
Drayton.
A good image.
Well, I hope that's tempted you to come down to the Drayton Arms on the 2nd and 3rd of November. And I think tickets are available online.
Yeah, tickets are available online through something called Adam's Eve, ticketsource.com. Or you can, basically, if you email blue.inktheater@gmail.com, we can give you information on anything else you need to see the play.
Cool.
And it's going to be brilliant.
It's going to be brilliant.
As is she.
Don't know if I'm allowed to comment on that. But anyway, come and find out for yourself.
Yeah, and tickets will sell out. So do try and get them in the next week or 2.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.